So I've got a bit of a different video tonight planned. We're ranking Vanarama National League fan bases from top to bottom. So obviously a lot of people won't agree with half of our predictions, and it is quite insulting when your club is put low down when you feel you have one of the strongest fan bases in the division. Just remember, it is our opinion, and Robbie has been to every single game, so he probably knows best out of what both of us. So, without further ado, let's get straight on with it then. So, moving on, we've both agreed on the first one in 23rd. We've both gone for Boreham Wood.
Yeah, shocking place to go, that, Luke.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've never been. What's your opinion on it?
Well, the ground is actually quite good in terms of the pitch.
Quite modern.
Yeah, they've got a lot of links with Arsenal, and they've helped them upgrade the pitch. And the pitch is similar turf to Wembley. It's part plastic, part grass. So it's a really nice surface down there. But the club just don't welcome fans as well as should do, really. And
well, they didn't even offer like a radio, so we could listen to it on the radio. And I think if we were to so let's say our club wanted to record on the radio, a fan said that you have to pay for that. So most clubs just stick the two fingers up at them and tell them where to go, which I don't blame them, to be honest.
Yeah, so we didn't go last night because me and my mates have sort of had enough of going there and giving them money. So they have quite a small fan base. I think it was less than 500 home fans there last night, and I saw them in the promotion final a few years ago, and they took less than 2,000 to Wembley.
Yeah, which is very disappointing for a Boreham Wood side. On average, this season they've got 691 fans. Now that's really poor. It's a lot poorer than any other side in the division. And to be honest, it's like 7th, 8th tier in its standards. They play at Meadow Lane, it's a nice stadium, but the fan base, it's like 7th or 8th tier sort of standards. It's not professional. I don't think the fans are very good personally. Last night it sounded like, even though there weren't many Halifax fans who went because it was a Tuesday night, it sounded like we were making all the noise. So we move on to 22nd then.
Let's go for it.
I'll start with you. You've gone for Kings Lynn.
Yeah, I've gone for Kings Lynn because I've not been there yet, and it's hard for me to judge one way or the other. But either way up, I would say the Boreham would be worse than Kings Lynn. Seen it on telly, it looks all right. Bit of old character. But I've not been, and so I can't really say. So I'll put them down near the bottom.
It's not that too far away. It's like Norwich area, I think. So I'll be going to that one. I haven't put them so low down, but I've gone for Maidenhead. Now they get like 1,000 fans a match, which is appalling in my opinion. Obviously, it's nowhere near as bad as Boreham Wood, but when they come away, they only took 45 fans to us on a Saturday, and it's the first game of the season, so you'd think quite a lot of fans would go because it's the first game of the season. They don't seem to make much noise, and they play at York Road, which is it's an alright stadium, but the fan base wise, they're not a fan base I don't think good enough for this division compared to a lot of clubs.
Yeah, it's the oldest continuously used football ground in the world. That
seriously.
Yeah, it is. There's a blue plaque down there, so you're not often segregated down there. So it's they welcome you. Okay, you come on the backs and forwards.
Yeah.
And the good thing about that is there's a tea hut in every corner of the ground.
And I think I know like quite a historic ground, isn't it? But fan base wise, they're not too good. And away from home, I think they're one of the worst in the division as well. Away from home. So moving on to 21st now. You've gone for Wealdstone. You've gone for Wealdstone Raider.
Yeah, I've not been there again, and I've seen that guy on telly, and to be honest, I'm not impressed. He's a bit of an hooligan. Don't have a lot of good thoughts about him. I think he got arrested the other week. We can do without fans like that, really. So, as long as he gets locked up for 10 years, that'd be fine by me.
I'm looking forward to meeting him. They have quite a lot of really good fans, Wealdstone, I think. Not the best stadium and not the highest attendances, but I'll go into a bit more of them in a bit. Now I've gone for Barnet. Now Barnet, they don't get good attendances at all, really. They got 959 against Eastleigh, and Eastleigh bought a few, obviously. The stadium's nice. The Hives, it's a nice modern stadium. There were talks if Barnet won FIFA, their stadium being on FIFA, which would have been good. But it's a nice stadium, Barnet. It's North London side, but attendance-wise, I think is it Boreham Wood? I think they're the only side in the division that've got lower attendances. And I'm not a big fan. They're really nice, the fans. I've met a couple of them in London, and they're quite nice fans. But in terms of atmosphere and the quality of the fans and the attendances, it's not too good. So stadium-wise, it's really good, and they don't bring too many away from home. So I think that's a fair position for Barnet. Now we've agreed on two. We've both agreed on the second one in a row. We've both gone for Weymouth. Why have you gone for Weymouth?
Again, Luke, it's the only other one I've not been to yet. Looking forward to it. I've actually flown over it once. I went to holiday once, and I flew out of Birmingham, and the plane went across Weymouth. I thought, it's a football ground down there. Looks all right. Looking forward to it. And I've seen it on telly. Looks okay. Bit old school, like that. So, but I can't really judge yet because I've not been there.
It's the Bob Lucas Stadium, I think what it's called. It's not the best stadium. I think it's probably the worst one in the division, in my opinion. But fans wise, they only get 1,000. But I remember it's quite a community sort of club. It seems when I saw them on the telly, the fans were like dressing up and everything. And it was great to see, and I didn't expect that, which were good. But like away from home, Weymouth won't be too good. Down near the sea, so I think hopefully quite a lot of fans will be going to that because you can go on the holidays there. It's near Bournemouth, and I think that area, if I'm correct. So, moving on to 19th now. You've a bit of a shock there because they do get quite good attendances. You've gone for Eastleigh.
Yeah, Eastleigh is one of the most horrible places in the world to go ever.
What a nice stadium.
They put you into a stand that's a bit like Meccano, and if you stamp your feet too hard, you'll probably put your feet through it. A few years ago, we went there before they built that stand, and we were unsegregated. And their fans were quite unpleasant, really, and they were sort of, they had no idea geography, those people, and they thought we were north of Watford somewhere, but they've no idea how far we travelled. They thought it was an hour. Quite unwelcoming, really. But yeah, not a great place.
Poor dues, to be honest. That if you think about it, obviously making the journey all the way down, it's not very. I've heard it's not a nice stadium either, is it? Is it near an airline?
It's right next to Southampton Airport. I mean, they've built it up over the last few years. It used to be a really low level ground with just a few huts and that sort of stuff. So making good progress in that respect, and they keep adding stands to it. But it's one of those where you sort of judge it on the welcome you get, and it's not a great welcome for away fans, really.
Now I've gone for Solihull. Now Solihull Moors, it's a stadium that's quite not too far away from us. It's like Birmingham in that area. They get on average like 1,200 fans, which isn't too bad for a side in this division, but they're not good fans in my opinion. They're quite seems to be quite low. It's one of them places on a Tuesday night, be a dark Tuesday night, and you'll go there and you'll think, God, it's a bit like a bit of a library. They're not too well away from home. It's a club that I don't think they have true fans, not very passionate fans, not fans that are quite crazy and put their heart and soul into the club. In my opinion, so that's why I put Solihull Moors so low. Stadium-wise, it seems to be quite a nice stadium. I'm looking forward to going there. But when sides like Wrexham and sides like that go there, they'll probably take more away fans than home fans. It's that sort of a stadium. So moving on to 19th now. You've gone for Woking. Now Woking are quite well supported. So why have you gone for them so low?
Again, it's down to the sort of the welcome you get down there. They segregate us unnecessarily at times, and it's not a great place really to watch football down the side of the pitch. You have to stand quite well back on some very low terracing. You can't see much of it behind the dugouts. They have one big nice main stand you can go into, but
is that what you went into when you did your vlog?
That's right, yeah. Give us a smile.
Give us a smile!
Quite a decent view there, but generally, it's not a great welcome. And when we were down there a few years ago, the fans were having a bash at the floods that they had in Hebden Bridge and stuff like that, and trying to make a joke out of it, and a bit disrespectful, really.
There's terms when you're having banter and having a laugh, and then that's probably just going too far. Now they're well supported. I think there were 3,000 there when Halifax went there. And there were 71 Halifax fans, which isn't too good from our point of view. But like when you go away with Halifax and you take 71, then there's going to be like 3,000, 2,900 there. So they are quite well supported. But fans-wise, I ain't thought too much of them. Now moving on to Kings Lynn. Now I've gone for Kings Lynn. Kings Lynn, they're quite well supported, but their attendances have shot up since they got promoted. They were getting like 700 fans a match. Now they're getting 1,400 fans a match, which is quite a lot higher. They've got some decent players down there, but they have some decent fans as well. Like, they make quite a bit of noise. Doesn't seem like the nicest stadium. It's one of them stadiums. I think the first game in the Panorama National League, there was someone watching from the house right next to the stadium, and you could watch it while it was on BT. So the BT cameras were all over that. But it's a nice stadium. I think it's called, is it the Walk Stadium?
That's it.
I think I am looking forward to going there, but if I'm totally honest, I've seen better stadiums around in this division.
You wouldn't want to walk there, though, would you?
Pardon?
You wouldn't want to walk there, would you?
No, I wouldn't want to walk there. Definitely not. Moving on now. 17th. Bit of another surprise from you, Bromley. The Bromley boys.
Oh yeah, Bromley. They're an interesting club. Really. A few years ago, got a nice little welcome down there.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago, last time we were down there with fans, it absolutely choked it down. It was 0-0 at half time. We lost 5-0 in the end, and other three sides of the ground had cover, and they had empty stands, and they made us stand out in the rain, and it's just unnecessary. And on the terrace that you get down the side of the pitch, there's some dugouts that are about the size of a block of flats, and you cannot see down the side of the pitch. It's just shocking. So, yeah, not nice people down there, really.
One positive to them, they did have a good streaming service. When I watched on the stream, I was quite impressed. Them and Aldershot had very good streaming services. Anyway, moving on now. I've gone for Dagenham and Redbridge. Now, I was really surprised when I saw like the attendances that Dagenham have got. Obviously, they're quite a well-run club when I've seen them. Obviously, previously just been in the Football League a couple of seasons ago. But attendances-wise, they get about 1,400 a match, which isn't too good. They play at Victoria Road. It's a nice little stadium. But support-wise, they're quite quiet in my opinion when I've heard them. They don't bring... they're not known for bringing too many away from home, but at home, getting 1,400 fans, it's not bad, but it's not brilliant. And I think a club like that, I'd probably expect more. Now, a bit of a switch around here. I've gone for Bromley, but you've gone for Solihull. Why have you gone for Solihull?
Oh, Solihull's a bit of a miserable place to go. We went down there a couple of years ago in the FA Trophy, and their fans were, some youngsters were sort of let loose, really, to come and annoy us, and the stewards did nothing at all, and they were just completely irritating, and a complete lack of respect, really. It's not a great ground.
No.
They've actually rebuilt one of the main stands over COVID times, so that'll be a bit better. But again, it's improved, and I think Birmingham City ladies use their ground as well. So right alongside the airport, so you can see planes taking off from Birmingham Airport nearby. Best thing about Solihull Moors is they've got a little tuck shop behind one of the goals, and it's like an old-fashioned school tuck shop where you can buy sweets and drinks for like 50 pence. Really good value. Yeah, not bad at all.
No. Right, I've gone for Bromley. They play at Hayes Lane. A team that have been in this division for quite a while now. They get about between 1,400 and 1,500 fans a match. They get that's decent support, but I've never heard them being very vocal. And away from home, they're quite poor when they come to Halifax. I think they only brought like 50-odd fans to Halifax, which isn't too good in my opinion, like for a side in London to come and only bring 50 fans. It's a decent stadium, but obviously where they put the away fans isn't too great. I'll be looking forward to going there if we do go there. But moving on now, 15th. You've gone for Barnet now. Now I think you've probably gone for Barnet because of the stadium. Am I correct?
Yeah, Barnet's okay, really. It's a new stadium. They moved from Underhill a few years ago. It's modern. You get a decent view there. The stewards are actually quite pleasant there. We've been down there with Pete's big flag, and we've been able to put that up without any problem at all. Generally, you're segregated down one corner of the pitch. It's okay, good view. You can actually see Wembley Stadium from their ground. If you go right to the back of the stand.
It's not too far from Wembley. I think that's probably why we met so many Barnet fans in London.
That's it. You can see Wembley Arch from their ground. It's not too bad at all.
Look, now I've gone for Wealdstone now, up to the Wealdstone way down at London.
That's it. You can see Wembley Arch from their ground. It's not too bad at all.
Look, now I've gone for Wealdstone now, obviously the Wealdstone way. I know you're not a big fan of him. They get about 1,000 fans a match, but away from home, wow. They're on a bit of like a journey because obviously they're not a side that should be in this division with the money, with the budget they have, and also like the fan base they have. So a lot of fans are deciding, right, we might as well make the most of it being in this division. So they're going to quite a lot of away matches. Now, they brought 200 fans to Notts County, which is really good in my opinion for a side so far down south. To go to Notts County, obviously Notts County is quite a tractable stadium, isn't it? Because it's a stadium that's been a Premier League stadium in the past. It's a nice stadium, and they took about 200 fans, between 100 and 200 fans to Notts County, and apparently they made a lot of noise, which is good. I've never been there. I don't plan on going there. It's not the nicest stadium, I don't think, with the pictures I've seen. But yeah, I'd probably go 15th. I think that's fair for them because of the
very close together, those two grounds, Wealdstone and Barnet, very close together.
It's near and they got something to do with trains and the train station.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I think you can catch a train. It's I think, is it that place where you can catch a train that goes through the stadium? I think not through the stadium, at the side of the pitch. I don't know. I might be talking bonkers.
Barnet is, yeah. There's a tube station or tube line right alongside Barnet's ground.
Moving on now to 14th. I've gone for Eastleigh. Now, if I knew what you obviously told me about Eastleigh, because I've never gone there, I'd probably put them a bit lower down. But moving on first, why have you gone for Dagenham?
Well, Dagenham's okay, but they've always charged the most expensive admission price in the world ever. To be honest, you get a decent view. There's a nice big stand behind the goal. You can sit up there and see half of London. It's okay. But
like London Eye, then.
Yeah, but it's one of those where for years they haven't given any choice. So you have to pay a full price to sit up there. You sit alongside the home fans in the main end. There's a bit of banter backwards and forwards. That's always a bit of fun, especially if we score. But it's okay. It's built amongst all the houses. They've got a nice little social club that's open all the year round. And if you go in their social club, you can buy a glass of beer that holds 8 pints. It's massive. And people do that. It's really, really, it's good fun.
It's good for fans who want to get drunk before a game, and then you get a lot of bother in their stadium with the away fans and the home fans. Now I've gone for Eastleigh. Now obviously I think they've got a few more than what Halifax have this season. I think they get 1,700 this season so far, where we're getting 1,500 on average, home fans that is. Eastleigh, it's a stadium. When I've looked at the pictures and seen it on the streaming service, it seems a poor stadium, to be honest. Like, not a small stadium, not saying that, but it seems like a stadium that's quite old-fashioned. It's good for if you want to take your wives along and you can see the aeroplanes going past. But no, I don't think it's too good, Eastleigh, to be honest. When I've seen the pictures, good support, but like away from home, they never do well. I ain't seen them do anything. And it's not the nicest stadium in the world. Now, moving on now. You've gone for Altrincham.
Yeah, Altrincham are famous for a few years ago. It absolutely chucked it down with rain. There was an empty stand with a cover. Absolutely nobody in it at all. And they refused point blank to let any of our fans get under any cover. The ground itself's okay. But when clubs do that and there's no need for it at all, you sort of think, are they nice people? And they are pretty much our local club. It's all right there. There's a decent chippy across the road. That's probably not too bad.
That's not too bad. Very convenient for if you want to go and get some fish and chips instead of paying in the ground. Now I've gone for Dover. Now their Crabble Stadium, I think it's called. It seems a nice stadium, to be honest. I think a lot of away fans like to go there, near the coast as well. I think not near the coast, but near near the coast anyway. But they get about 1,100 fans a match, which is pretty good. But I think the reason I put them so high up is because obviously they're going through a lot of financial problems at the minute. They haven't started the season too well. But away from home, they're still taking quite a lot of fans, which is brilliant from their point of view. I think they took between 50 and 70 fans all the way to Altrincham, which is really good in my opinion. Obviously, they've got no chance now. I said they'd come bottom. A lot of people said they'd stay up, but they've got absolutely no chance of staying up now. I could bet you £1 million they won't stay up. I hope that doesn't go wrong now. But they do have quite a good I think they've got quite a lot of loyal fans, to be honest. I've met a few in Wembley, and yeah, they're quite loyal fans. Not the biggest fan base out there, but to take between 50 and 70 fans all the way up to Altrincham, just when you know you're probably going to lose, I think that's really good, in my opinion. Right, moving on now. Well, you've gone for Torquay. Now, that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, Torquay's okay. Nice little ground. They've been Football League for many years, of course.
Yeah,
also, their fans have got a long journey wherever they go, really. So you've got to give them credit. And from time to time, they do travel in good numbers. There's always a good sort of spirit down there amongst their fans. They're not too bad. So yeah, reasonable atmosphere as well there amongst their fans. They're not too bad. So yeah, reasonable atmosphere as well. We share the main stand with them. It's a good view of the pitch. It's not too bad down there.
Obviously, it's playing more night. It's a nice stadium, well supported as well. Now I've gone for Woking. Now Woking, one of the best supported clubs in the division, apart from obviously you've got them big clubs. But they get about 3,000 fans a match, which is brilliant. But they don't create an atmosphere. Like when I watched your vlog, obviously you're in the Halifax end, I couldn't hear a thing. Obviously they didn't do very well in that match, but I couldn't hear a thing. And away from home, they don't seem to do too well to say they get 3,000 fans a match. It seems an okay stadium, but I've seen better. So I'd probably put them 12th. I think that's fair enough for them. Moving on now. 11th. You've gone for Maidenhead. Now, a bit of a change between where I've put Maidenhead and you've put Maidenhead.
Yeah, Maidenhead's okay. You can wander around. It's unsegregated. It's a nice little setup. I think that their fans are okay. We generally do okay down there as well, but it's proper old-fashioned stuff. As I said earlier, it's the longest continuously used ground in the world. There's a plaque there. There's plenty of opportunities to get a cup of tea. You don't have to queue at all. Decent view of the pitch, get right close to the action. Nice little slope on the pitch. It's probably slopes about 10 foot. It's an interesting old-fashioned ground. Quite like it, really.
I've put Altrincham 11th. Now, I personally think Altrincham are quite a good fan base because they don't suddenly this season they're getting the numbers up. They took 100 and something away to Torquay. Now, Halifax usually do something similar, and that's because it's quite a good tourist place to go in it. Torquay, you stay over. It's a nice place to go, and you get there for football. But still, that's really good for a side like Altrincham to do. They took 300, I think, just under 400 fans to Halifax, which I think is okay for a club so close to us. Would probably take about 500, 600 fans to them on a good day. But they're quite vocal fans, quite loud. Everywhere they go, the drummer probably goes there, and that's probably why you hear them so much. Good fan base as well. I follow. There's a YouTube channel that does match day vlogs for Altrincham, and you get to see all the action, which is really good. That's why we've put Altrincham so high up. They get about 1,900 fans this season, which is a big increase from before COVID. So that's obviously benefited them a bit with the fans coming back. And yeah, I think that's a fair enough place for Altrincham. I think it's Moss Lane. It's an alright stadium, not the best stadium out there. But my mate, moving on now, my mate actually lived just there before he moved over here. And he got to go on the pitches during the week, which is really weird. So he could go on the pitch and just play on the pitch with his mates before the games and stuff because it was so open, the pitch, which is pretty good for him. But yeah, nice stadium, decent support. I think 11th's fair enough. Now, moving on now, 10th. We've agreed again. You've gone for Yeovil.
Yeah, Yeovil's all right. We're down there the other week. There's a decent atmosphere down there from the home fans. You'd actually thought they'd won the league when they beat us. The fans were good 10 minutes behind at the end of the game, clapping and cheering. Yeah. Really good atmosphere and spirit down there amongst the club. Yeah. Can't knock them for that. The tickets are okay. The view's reasonable. And you can actually park nearby. It's not bad at all, really, down there.
Really sunny day, wasn't it, when you went to Yeovil? I watched it on the telly. I'm not a big fan of Yeovil fans at the minute because what have they been saying on the forum about us, which isn't too good. I hope when they come up here, I'm sure we'll flash them when they come up here, hopefully. But yeah, they have a decent support, similar to Halifax. Nice stadium. Obviously, it's never full. It's a bit like us because they play in a stadium that's probably too big for them personally. Hillshire Park, it is a nice stadium, like I'm saying. Decent support, 1,900 fans a match. Not bad at all. I think 10th's fair enough for Yeovil. Moving on now. You've gone for Wrexham. Now, I think a lot of people will be surprised with that. Can you just remember they do get 8k fans a match?
Yeah, but they're all part-timers. They weren't there a couple of years ago. I mean, where they all come from? You know, I think they're probably Tranmere fans or something like that, you know, or Chester fans. It's just a bit strange. I've no idea what they were doing a few years ago. But they put the away fans in one end of the old stand, and it's not a great view.
I love it when we go away to Wrexham. Every time we go there, it's a really good away.
It's all right. I mean, they put us in the top tier of a stand that's a bit rickety. The food's not particularly good there, really. There is a nice little, I think it's a Freemasons place across the road where you can get a decent bit of food beforehand. But inside the ground, it's not great. It's a nice old-fashioned ground. You know, the people are generally okay, but the view's not the best. And also in that stand, if the sun's shining, it's right in your eyes. And it's, you know, it's okay, I suppose.
I'm not a big fan of Wrexham, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the fans. I think they were a bit big-headed and they have just suddenly come out of nowhere. Well, they've always been well supported, probably the well supportedest club in this division. But they were getting took about a couple of seasons ago. I read they took 400 to Eastleigh. This season they took over 700. Now, I don't think that's nothing to do with Ryan Reynolds taking over or anything like that. But I'll talk a bit more about Wrexham in a bit. Aldershot. It's a really good away day. Quite good fans at Aldershot. They're not in a very good place at the minute. They're quite low down the table, which ain't good. They've got that good result against Southend, but it's a really nice stadium. They get about 1,700 fans a match. They're okay away from home, not bad, not brilliant. And I think that's fair enough for them. Moving on now. You've gone for... Wait a sec, I've just put Wrexham twice.
Come on, sorry.
I've gone for Torquay, but now I've gone...
Go on, you carry on.
Who do you put 8th?
I've gone for Dover next.
Dover? Oh, that's probably what I got me... Wait a sec. I've put Wrexham, then I've put Dover. I don't get that. Well, I'll talk about Torquay, and then I'll go on to your 7th. Now, I've put Torquay in 8th because they have a decent attendance. They get about between 2,000 and 3,000 fans a match, which isn't too bad for Torquay. Really far down south. It's quite a good away day for people who do go there. Playing more, nice stadium. But they do take quite a lot away from home to say, like Bob was saying, a lot of fans do go away from home. I mean, a lot of Torquay fans do go away to say that they are quite far away from any other club in the division. Now, moving on to 7th now. I've gone for Halifax. You've gone for Dover.
You've gone for Halifax town, flipping heck. So Dover, I think they're okay down there. They don't segregate us. They're quite nice. They recognise we travel miles and miles to watch us. The ground's on the side of a cliff pretty much. There's a huge steep hill to get up to the pitch. And the pitch itself's on a bit of a slope. But it's not bad. It's fairly cheap to get in there. Nice big clubhouse. And it's nice that the fans recognise you travel backwards and forwards at long distance.
It's always good when you do that.
And credit to them because their fans have to travel long distance as well.
Now, I've gone for Halifax. Now, this is where I try not to be biased because, in my opinion, Halifax, when we're in a cup competition, like we play Chorley or someone like that Chorley game that I went to, or the Wembley game, our fans are something else. We don't get the highest attendances, and that's because of sides like Huddersfield, Bradford, Leeds, all these sides around us. They get all the fans, but the fans that we do get, they are vocal fans, passionate fans. And when you go away with Halifax, like the northern clubs like Altrincham away, I remember Salford City away day. I love that away day. We do have a really good fan base, a vocal fan base. We go everywhere with them northern-wise, and we do take quite a fair few away from home down south because of Shaman down south. We are a well-supported club, in my opinion, to say the big clubs around us. And we get between 1,500 and 2,000 fans a match. I think we have a really good stadium. I think the only weakness to that is that we don't get the attendances to fill it out, but no club in this division would be able to fill it out because of the big stadium. It's got potential as well. If we want to go into the Football League, we don't have to build the stadium up or anything. We have some really good fans, and I think 7th's fair enough for us. Moving on now, we've both agreed with Chesterfield.
Yeah, it's a reasonable away day, Chesterfield. Good atmosphere. Their fans are okay. They've been up and down, of course, over the years. And I think they've got a bit of delusions of grandeur, really. I think they probably think that they should be League One or something like that. But they have a reasonable attendance there each time. Good atmosphere. The ground's okay. Decent view. It's very modern. Obviously, they've only been there about 7 or 8 years from their old ground, Saltergate. So yeah, it's okay.
I've been there twice since they came down. And the first time they put us in like the corner away from all the other fans, and I hated that view. I remember we lost 1-0 that game, which wasn't too good. I think they scored a penalty as well. I think it was Scott Burden who scored a penalty. But we were throwing flares and stuff on the pitch because we didn't agree with it. I don't remember enjoying it as much when they got the goal. I think it was really hot. I was sweating. It wasn't the best, and where they put us, it wasn't the best view. I don't think that I've seen better fans before. They do get good attendances. I think they get about 3,000 fans, between 3,000 and 4,000 fans, which isn't good. I do remember a moment when a fan stood up because he thought that Chesterfield should have got a penalty. He was an old guy, and we had to tell him to sit down and shut up. I do remember that. That was brilliant when we went away there. The second time around, though, when we went, it was a Tuesday night. That was a really good away day. We went 3-0 up and they got 2 back. Now, the first half we played brilliant. The fans were brilliant. I think the drum went. I think we took about 650 fans, which is really good from our point of view. They put us in the stand behind the goal. We went 3-0. We went 2-0 up, and then we got a quick one through. I think it was Cameron King in the second half, and then from then they instantly equalised. And then it was nervous all the way throughout the game. I remember hating it. I was just like, please blow for the final whistle. And that wasn't the best moment because we were so nervous. But at the final whistle, it was brilliant. But with their fans, I've seen better fans around, to be honest, the attendances they get. Obviously, they're not in a position they should be in, really, because they were in League One not too long ago. I think they were in the Championship at one point as well. So, yeah, I think they're probably in the wrong division, but a lot of clubs are in the wrong division. So, moving on to 5th now. You've gone for Aldershot.
Yeah, Aldershot's a great away day. Really nice old-fashioned ground. Really nice people down there. Soft segregation, so they put you... You know, separate to the other fans, but you actually mingle amongst them as well. Aldershot actually have a tour of duty each year, where each season the supporters club decide where they're going to go for one particular game, and they take hundreds. They take all the flags, all the banners, all the drums. They came to Halifax, I think, about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe slightly longer, first game of the season, and they brought hundreds. So they have a very committed group of fans down there. They have a great drum, lots of good atmosphere. It's obviously a military town. You can hear the guns going off in the background. It's a proper nice ground with woods nearby. Nice welcome, decent food. Yeah, good place that. Looking forward to it in a few weeks' time.
Can't wait to be going there. I think were they in the Football League at one point as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a really nice ground, and hopefully we can bring a lot down to Aldershot, and it'll be a really good atmosphere. Right, I've gone for Southend. Now, Southend 2 seasons ago win League One, and they've had back-to-back relegations. They're not in a good place at the minute. Fans are complaining, but they're still having good attendances. They had 5,000. They're having like between 5,000 and 6,000 fans at home, which in my opinion is really good for a side not doing too well at the minute. Obviously, they win League One 2 seasons ago, so you'd expect them to have a big fan base. They took about just under 500 fans. To us, I think they had 474, which isn't too bad at all. They had a drum that you could hear from miles off, and we didn't really enjoy that. But as soon as we went 2-0 up, that shut them up most definitely, which were good. I'm looking forward if we do go there, but I'm looking forward to going there to Southend. It seems a nice stadium, well-supported club, not in a good place at the minute, but hopefully that does pick up for them. I think 5th place is fair enough for them. Now, you've gone for Southend now. Why have you gone for Southend?
Yeah, again, I was very impressed with their fans when they came up last week. Yeah. Good drum, good support. It's a nice ground down there as well, old-fashioned again. It's built on some old allotments, which is fine. There's a chippy nearby. Yeah. It's old-fashioned again with the old stands and wooden stands, and they put the away fans behind the goal. It's not bad. Decent atmosphere down there. It's quite easy to get to, and it's not bad at all, really. Looking forward to that.
Stockport now, Stockport County. a club that have been on the down for quite a long time, but they're on the up now. They play at a big stadium. They play at Edgeley Park. It's a really nice stadium, but they put us behind the goal. It's really high up the stand. They go really high up. It's a bit like Wrexham, and they're well supported. They get about between 6,000 and 7,000 fans a match, which is really good for a club like Stockport in Manchester, not too far, well, Manchester area. So it's really good for a side like Stockport to be getting the fans like that, well supported. Always bring quite a lot to Halifax. We are playing them on Saturday. Talked that they're going to bring over 1,000 fans, which is brilliant no matter what club it is coming to the Shane, bringing them sort of numbers. Really looking forward to it. And yeah, well supported club. Got a lot of money, and it's good to see them on the up now. Moving on, we've both agreed now, Notts County.
Yeah, decent ground. Obviously, they've been Football League for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Nice ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice ground, nice people down there. You know, we went down a couple of years ago with Pete's Big Flag. They let us in before the turnstiles open, put it out. They're nice people. Decent view. They put the fans pretty much on the halfway line, quite high up, decent view of the pitch. You can see Nottingham Forest in there as well.
Yeah, really close together, aren't they?
That's right, yeah. And it's they've got some good fans and a good support, and you know, they'll probably be in this division a few more years yet, but you know, it's always good to go down there. Good travelling support, I think, as well.
It's funny because when they came down, you thought, oh, Notts County, biggest club in this division, they're going to go straight back up, and they've found it so hard. They get between 6k and 7k a match, which is all right for them. I think they should get more. Say how big the club is, but they've not. It's been going wrong for them for quite a couple of years now. Got relegated from the Football League not long ago. Every time I go, there ain't much of an atmosphere from Notts County, to be honest. I'm not too sure why. To say the amount of fans that are there. I had a burger from there once. I'm not having a burger again. I'll stick to the chips. Not the best I've ever had. When I've met Notts County fans, they seem a bit serious to me when I've met them. Not being a bit judgmental there. I met one in Wembley, and he could tell I was wearing a Halifax shirt, so I went shame into him. Didn't even bother applying. So yeah, really serious. I have a lot of good fan channels out there. They have a pod. There's a Notts County out there. They have a pod. There's a Notts County podcast, which is really good to watch. Quite interesting to watch. They have two that have got a load of fans watching them. Yeah, a really, really good, well-supported club. But I'm not a big fan of the fans or the burger. Right, moving on now to second place. We've agreed again. Both gone for Grimsby.
Yeah, biggest club in Cleethorpes. It's a decent little ground. It's good atmosphere, lots of fans there. We've had some cracking nights out there. We won there about 6 or 7 years ago, 1-0 on a Tuesday night.
Well,
yeah, we took about 10,000, maybe 20,000. I can't remember. But there's chippies nearby. It's a nice place to go. You know, it's a bit of history there. You go past the docks. There's always a good atmosphere from their fans, and they don't always beat us, which is good. But yeah. Best club in Cleethorpes, I'd say.
There's them and Lincoln, isn't they, around there? There ain't many places around there. There's Lincoln and Grimsby. I have a few friends that live down there, so we've gone around there that a lot of the time. Yeah, it's a well-supported club, which they should be, to be honest, because it's the only club really around there, apart from Lincoln. Just got relegated from the Football League. I remember a time they came to Halifax and they smashed one of the pubs up in Halifax, which isn't too good. That's the only negative I have to say about them. They do have quality fans, and I was really stuck between putting them first and second because they do have some really good fans, and I think it's a fan base that deserves to be in the Football League personally. Moving on now to our first place. Right, I'll start with Wrexham, okay, which I think for the first time. Now, I can't stand Wrexham. I can't stand the fans, but I have to give it them because I love the away day when I go to Wrexham. I love the Halifax fans when we go to Wrexham. They are really well supported, which they should be, to be honest, because it's the only side in North Wales, like professionally wise, they have some other sides, but not like playing in the 8th, 9th tier of football. They're getting like 8,000 fans a match. well, half of them will probably be Reynolds fans, but yeah, they've always been quite well supported. Wrexham, they've been on the down for quite a lot of seasons now. Wrexham not been doing too well, but they're on the up now. Been in this club been in this league, sorry, for so long, and they're going to try and get in the football league. Obviously, they've had this huge investment, but it's a really good away day. I love Wrexham when we go there, and they always bring a big following, which you can't fault them for that. Bringing 700 fans to Eastleigh, which is so far away, is absolutely brilliant. They bring over 1,000 to Halifax. I don't like Wrexham, but the fan base is pretty good, and the racecourse it's a really nice stadium as well. It's good to go there. So yeah, I think it's fair enough to put them first. Right then, moving on to Halifax. Why have you gone for Halifax?
So I'm judging it on the away days, and I absolutely love an Halifax Town away day. There's always the same people there, come rain, shine, win, lose, draw. No matter how good we are, how poor we are, always people turn up regardless. There's no chance of any success some years, and people just turn up and they give it the best and support the team. It's very different at home and away, but away fans of Halifax Town, they've been following for years with, sometimes misery, and they keep at it, and they're loyal. And there's some people traveled the country for years and years and years following them, and full respect. They get stuck in. Shermen down south are brilliant. They always prop up their way support down there. And when there's nothing to ever to look forward to, and it has been for many years, seeing those fans travel up down.
We were a League One club not long ago. We were, well, not long ago. I mean, quite a while ago. But we were League Two. We've had some great players that have come from Halifax and have gone to play in the Football League. We've had Vardy, Gregory, Mark Roberts, Pearson. You can check out that interview in the description. But yeah, we do have a really good. We are really well supported, to say, the big clubs around us. And we take some huge we go really far away with Halifax. I remember the lower leagues when we were on the up, we were having more away fans than home fans when Halifax were going to away games. We were taking more than what the home capacity had, and now we're where we want to be. But we do want to try get in the Football League one day, and we have got the manager for that. And just hopefully this season we can try and do it, because there's always is a surprise. But yeah, we have a really good fan base, and I think it is a nice stadium. I think a lot of away support when they come to Halifax, I think they do like it. The only negative thing that they say about Halifax when they come is the prices, what have been stocked up. I'm not bothered. But yeah, have you got anything to add?
Wrexham good, yeah. I mean, I look forward to seeing them again next year, in the league, because they won't be going up this year, unfortunately. As much as, I think Grimsby will beat them to the top place, and they'll probably finish the playoffs if they're lucky. But yeah, I think Halifax Town, going back to them, they have a consistent amount of fans, come rain or shine, and that to me is commitment. And the fans are always welcoming. The fans never cause trouble, and whether you go to Torquay on a Tuesday night or you go to Altrincham on a Tuesday night, the same sort of commitment there, really.
Yeah. We are well committed. We are a club that are quite, together. We don't change. Like, we don't have fans that just come. We don't have touristy fans. We don't have fans that just come for the sake of it. We have fans that want the best for Halifax, and every single Halifax fans love the club, and that's the good thing about us. I was looking at our predictions earlier today. Torquay's going well for me, where I put them.
Really?
Yeah, I said they'd come really low down. They're lower than 16th at the minute. But we'll do a video on that in a bit, in like Christmas time, reacting to them so far. But Rob, once again, huge thank you for coming on. For those people who are watching who are other fan bases put you quite low, please don't take offence to that. It's just our opinion. We can't wait to come to you away. We'll give you a review there, and we'll reconsider what we've put here. But that's more or less it. Rob, once again, huge thank you for coming on, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.
See ya.